And what up, everybody? Welcome back to Furrow Publications YouTube channel. This channel we talk about zines and DIY publishing, and a lot of times, not all the time, we talk about the creative process, creative lifestyle, and it's just shit that happens to me in life and things that I think about. And yesterday, I uploaded a video about traveling and why I think it's important for artists, underground artists, to travel, and I gave my perspective on that. But it really brought something to my mind. This idea of like how many people don't travel. And why don't they travel? And here goes one of those points of information that I found very interesting. Among all respondents to the Pew Research Center survey, 57% say they have not lived in the US outside their current state. 30% have never left their hometown, and 20% have left their hometown or native country but not lived outside their current state. And all this is alarming for the reason that this is why people end up in a little bubble of their own making. And this is why sometimes when people are like, how can people absorb this fake media, this fake news? Like, how do they not realize this shit is completely bogus? It's because of that, because they don't travel. And inside of that bubble is a safe space for their bigotry and their idiot ideas. And that's the reality. And that's why, for me, I can't implore people more than to go and travel. Especially if you're young, man. That was one of the things that I was thinking about after yesterday's episode, was this idea of it's more expensive for me to travel now because I have my puppers and I have my wife. But when I was young, easily I would just sleep in my car. And one of the things that I will say that has become complicated is that when I was younger, I would travel and I would sleep in my car and I would shower at gas stations. But most of the flyers and the pilots that I saw on this last trip, they're not allowing people to shower anymore due to the pandemic. That obviously does complicate it, because when I was younger, that was so easy for me to just go in there and shower. My stepdad's a truck driver, and so he always told me that's kind of what the routine was. And so I'm a working class fella. I've never minded that. But if you guys remember my short documentary that I did called In Pursuit of Expression, the artist that I talked to in that video also talked about showering at YMCAs or showering at local gyms. And so that's an option as well. But honestly, there's no excuse, man. One of the things that really I didn't mention in yesterday's episode, but it kept going through my head, is that me and my wife stopped at a place called Java Express. Great place, love the service, love the drink that we got. Amazing. On the way back from Montana, where we went, that was our destination. Here goes some pictures of that.
Welcome to Montana.
Montana as well was great, amazing time. Highly recommend if you can go, take your ass over there. But anyways, on the way back, we stopped at Java Express in Idaho. And that same cup of coffee that my wife purchased in Idaho traveled with us from Idaho to Nevada, back to California. And that was in a one day. Right? Because we broke up the traveling into 2 days. And that was in one day. And so the idea that most Americans won't even travel outside their state, is that's only a few hours away. We're not talking about something crazy. We're literally talking about a few hour drive. And they won't do it. That just shows you how much people want to be in their own bubble. And I don't get it, because maybe it's because I'm firstborn generation, but I grew up traveling too, from the United States to Nicaragua. I love the airport. I love airport food. I hate flying, but I love traveling. I just love those trips. I think that's why even now in my older age, I love traveling through car. And I can't even think of all the states that I've been to, but let's see. I've been to California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana. And I've traveled to, I don't know how many countries, but let's see. United States, Mexico, Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, Ireland, France. And to me, none of that sounds very impressive, but when you look at the average, it's almost way more than the average American. Other countries, not very impressive. And I think that's why I have this zest of continuously traveling, because I've only scratched the surface. I haven't really even fully immersed myself in going out. And at that, my France trip, I honestly really shouldn't count it, because there was a terrorist attack and I wasn't even able to do anything. Like they literally just pushed us back in the plane after keeping us in the airport for a couple of days and sent us somewhere else. But you know what? That's a different story for a different day. But yeah, man. So don't go fucking travel, man. I can't. I'm telling you, like, with the information I was accumulating for yesterday's video, I couldn't even believe that shit, man. I can't believe that many Americans not only don't travel outside the United States, but won't even travel outside of their state, much less their hometown. Like, that shit is dangerous, man. Like, it's horrible, horrible stuff, man. So don't be one of them. Travel when you can. Like I said, like, keep it simple. Just fucking get in your car, sleep in your fucking car, and go out, have a good time. Go try to empathize with other people and try to understand where they're coming from. And that's how we might build a better fucking world, if we all begin to understand the commonalities between species as well as between our own individual species. But alright, you guys, that's all I got for you guys today, man. Please like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. We're going to continuously build this thing up. Lates.